A wise man profits more from his enemies than a fool from his friends. This quote, from the 17th century Jesuit Baltasar Gracian, highlights a timeless truth. We can learn even from our mistakes. But what happens when we refuse to acknowledge our errors? What happens when we cling to bad decisions, throwing good resources after bad? We fall victim to the sunk cost fallacy. The sunk cost fallacy is a cognitive bias that traps us in the past. It's the tendency to continue investing in something simply because we've already invested so much. Time, money, effort, regardless of whether it's still a good idea. We become emotionally attached to our past choices, even when logic dictates we should move on. Like a gambler chasing losses, we double down on failing endeavors, hoping to recoup our investment. Imagine an entrepreneur who pours their life savings into a new restaurant. They have high hopes and dreams of success, envisioning a bustling dining room filled with happy customers. However, the business struggles for months, failing to attract customers despite their best efforts. The tables remain empty, and the once hopeful entrepreneur starts to feel the weight of their investment. Yet the owner persists, sinking more money into advertising, renovations, and discounts. They hire marketing teams, renovate the kitchen, and distribute flyers, hoping to turn things around. They reason, "I've invested so much already, I can't give up now." The thought of abandoning their dream is too painful, and they convince themselves that just a little more effort will make a difference. This is the sunk cost fallacy in action. The more they invest, the harder it becomes to walk away, even when it's clear that the business is not viable. The rational choice would be to cut their losses and move on, but the emotional investment clouds their judgment. Sometimes, the best decision is to recognize when it's time to let go and seek new opportunities. Section 4. Breaking free from the sunk cost trap. Behavioral economists offer strategies for overcoming this insidious bias. Firstly, acknowledge the past is gone. What's done is done. Focus on the present and future costs and benefits of your decisions. Secondly, seek external opinions. Friends, family, or mentors can provide an objective perspective, untainted by your emotional investment. Section 5. The emotional tug of war. The sunk cost fallacy is particularly potent in emotionally charged situations. It can cloud our judgment and make it difficult to see the bigger picture. Consider a job you've held for years. You've dedicated countless hours, energy, and perhaps even sacrificed personal time to excel in your role. The pay is mediocre and the work is unfulfilling. Each day feels like a grind, and the passion you once had has faded. Yet, the thought of leaving feels daunting. The uncertainty of what lies ahead can be paralyzing. You've invested so much time and effort into building your career at this company. The years of dedication and hard work are not easy to walk away from. The fear of starting over, of losing your investment, keeps you tethered to a decision that no longer serves you. It's a classic emotional tug of war, where the heart and mind are in constant conflict, making it hard to take the leap towards a more fulfilling future. Section 6. Mastering our decisions. Nobel laureate Daniel Kahneman, a pioneer in behavioral economics, emphasizes the importance of recognizing and mitigating cognitive biases like the sunk cost fallacy. These biases often cloud our judgment and lead us to make decisions that are not in our best interest. In his book, Thinking Fast and Slow, Kahneman argues that by understanding how our minds work, we can make more rational, less emotionally driven decisions. He delves into the dual systems of thought, the fast, intuitive, and emotional system, and the slow, deliberate, and logical system. We must learn to detach ourselves from our past investments and focus on what serves us best in the present and future. This means being mindful of our thought processes and actively questioning our instincts. By doing so, we can avoid the pitfalls of cognitive biases and make decisions that are truly beneficial for our long-term goals.